Now let's talk about Prince Harry. He's found himself in some hot water, well, not that hot, lukewarm maybe, after court documents reveal he sent flirty messages to a reporter in which he even joked about drinking her under the table. The messages were sent to Daily Mail reporter Charlotte Griffiths and have emerged as part of Harry's privacy case against the paper's publisher, Associated Newspapers Limited. Here are some examples of the messages sent between December 2011 and January 2012. So we are talking some time ago. First one goes, "It's H," in case you were confused by the name and picture. The Duke wrote to Griffiths. "Hello, Mr. Mischief. Was indeed confused by both. Effing awesome pie," Griffiths replied. And he followed up with, she reminisced about a weekend of naughtiness with the Duke. "Can't we all get up to no good in the countryside every weekend? Damn it, smooches," she wrote. Harry responded saying, "It was without doubt the best of those weekends I've been to." Best of those weekends I've been to. Interesting. I don't know, Dee Dee. I think these are pretty pedestrian. They could be a lot worse. I don't think Meghan Markle's going to be too upset by any of this, but it does raise the question of how wise it was to take this court action. What is it in it for Harry when he says he's so concerned about his privacy and yet he engages in behaviour where that privacy is breached?
Well, I think in the case of these messages, we're assuming that they're genuine. This was a Facebook exchange. I think it's exposed him as a terrible liar because he said to the High Court in January that he didn't know any journalists, and when the name of this particular journalist, who's still working at the same publication, was raised, he said, I might have met her at a party and as soon as I found out she was a journo, I cut off contact. And yet this string of messages goes on for months and it makes sense that she was moving in his circles. She went to uni with Harry's ex, Chelsea Davy. So they absolutely were connected and had the same circle of friends. This all happened before he met Meghan, but I disagree. I would think she would be, Meghan, who's all about PR and how she appears, I think she'd be pretty annoyed about
Well, I think she'd be annoyed that, again, he's grabbing headlines for this. She's all about her and her brand and her products.
Yes.
This isn't helping with any of that.
No, and did you notice they made an announcement in the US about another polo, not the same as that terrible polo documentary he made on Netflix that nobody watched, but another series to do with polo that is being made by them, but with the assistance of some professional producers. That announcement, strangely enough, came out at the exact same time of this information coming forward. Because in the court of public opinion, everyone's going, Harry, you're a liar.
Yeah.
Because that's how it appears.
Now, staying with the royals, and reports have circulated that Princess Beatrice, daughter of the disgraced former Prince Andrew and Fergie, Sarah Ferguson, is considering moving to America to save her marriage. I don't know if the Americans are ready for another lesser royal to be moving in. Maybe she can get her own Netflix series as well. They're handing them out.
Well, they're making this sound as though she thinks this is going to rescue her marriage. And it does seem, according to some of the reporting, that there is a bit of strain. Her husband has been to Palm Beach, Florida several times on business. His business is going really well, which has left her pretty much isolated. Like, I don't think she's having a lot to do with her mum and dad at the moment. And she's thinking that if she goes and moves in to Florida with him, that somehow that will help their marriage. And look, I think Donald Trump would welcome them with open arms. He loves the royals.
He does. He loved the Queen. I don't know how fond he is of the rest of them. He certainly is not a fan of Harry.
You saw him next to Catherine. He loves her. A cat with two tails. He loved it. He loves the royals.
Well, she's a future queen and she's lovely. It's hard not to like Kate, is it? I mean,
true. I adore her, yeah.
She's one of the favourites. Now, let's talk about matters closer to home. I have a piece in today's Herald Sun on what I've called the most absurd sporting scandal this country has seen. Centres around an official complaint and accusations of fat-shaming and cyberbullying made by the owner of the Adelaide 36ers, Grant Kelly, against basketball legend Andrew Bogut, who's also the Kings co-owner and assistant coach. These teams are actually playing off in the grand final series. It's tied 2 games all. The deciding 5th game is coming up. But Dee Dee, the headlines are all about this feud. I mean, and it's so silly. Have a grown man crying about fat shaming. Come on.
I find it really hard to talk about this. And I read your column and I had to laugh. I just had to laugh all the way through. Look, the point is that if I called you, I could call you fat until I'm blue in the face, but it wouldn't hurt your feelings because you're not fat. The same with me. So if it doesn't apply to you, how can it hurt your feelings? And if it does apply to you, if you are fat and it hurt, then there's your truth defence.
It is a truth defence.
I would think that Andrew Bogut, who has a very unique physique, I would imagine he's come across a bit of, people call it making comments about the way he looks.
But every time he meets anybody, the first thing they say to him is, boy, you're tall, because he's so freakishly tall. He's, I think, 7 foot or something. So, I mean, he's had plenty of commentary about his body.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not embracing fat shaming, but being fat is not a good thing.
It's not healthy.
It's not a positive thing. I think we've got past that whole body positivity movement and gone back to reality. Dee Dee Dunleavy, always a pleasure.
Thanks, Rita.
And